Ed Davidian.
Ed Davidian, President of Massachusetts Farm Bureau, and also a fruit and vegetable grower right here in Worcester County in Northborough, Massachusetts. You know, there's a huge disconnect, I believe, in what a farmer out there in the field has to do in order to grow a crop and what the beekeepers expect we can do, okay? We do use neonics for a reason. Neonics are safer for us to use, you know, for myself. They're safer for the general public when we sell the product. Now, what you're worried about is the problems with bees that you think is a problem with neonics. That hasn't even been proven. In Australia, okay, they don't have a problem with colony decline, okay, and they use far more neonics than we do. So the problem is not just neonics. The problem is entire bee health. We all know that. But you're trying to find a fast fix in the use of neonics. You know, and I go back to this gentleman's statement here, which as a grower really bothered me, to list where I am going to be using a pesticide. Do you have any implications, do you have any idea what the general public is going to do? They're going to go on the website, find out every little chemical I use, and they're going to go on the websites and everything else, and they're going to say, my farm is poisonous, okay? You can't do that. We have been raising crops in this state since the state's been here. We take care of the bees. I have quite a few neighbors that have bees in our area, and I use neonics. And the next farm for me use neonicotinoids, okay? And we're not having the problem, okay? So if you people are having a problem, look within your own practices for that problem, okay? And as far as spraying corn that you mentioned, corn is one of those things that we have to spray. And we have to spray when the timing is perfect, okay? You don't make your living growing corn, I do. I can't afford a mistake, all right? I have to pay my bills. So we have certain things that we have to do on a commercial farm that is extremely important. You want me to change my pesticides to something that is even more harsher to bees? Because that's the alternative. We left those chemicals behind because they were so harsh. And we switched to one that's safer. Believe me, when I used to use landing in the cornfield, okay, because that's the alternative. That's one of the alternatives is landing. I could drop more bees than you could produce in a given afternoon. So I mean, be careful what you ask for, okay? You gotta understand that neonics is a safe chemical. We need to be aware that bees are around. Yes, we know that. We get that in our industry. We depend on them. Okay? We don't take for granted a bee population at all. So we spray certain times of the day. We spray when bees are out less. But you know, to pass or to ask for things to be done that prohibit us from using something that is safer for me to use, when there's no proof that I'm hurting any of the bee population around, I ask you why. Okay? Now, I think I probably said enough, and we will be sending from Farm Bureau some written comments, because we are very much concerned about this, concerned about it for our people, okay, in the agricultural industry. And the other thing you have to understand is there's talks of making it a restricted pesticide, special license, this, that, and all the other stuff that go along with that. We have a lot of people in the agricultural industry that do not have licenses, that run with the lesser harsh chemicals, okay? You're gonna force a problem on them, because now they're gonna have to get registered, and they're gonna have to pass a test, and then maybe they're gonna be using a more bee toxic chemical. So, think of what you're asking for. That's all I have to say.